What is going on, guys? John here for you. And what we're looking at here are my two trimmers. Now, I have another trimmer, my backup trimmer, so to speak, that I got from a good friend of mine. Some of you might know him as Joe. See if I can dig it out here for you. Oh, let's see here. Move these buckets out of the way. Set you guys down here. Alright, so this trimmer right here, and you guys probably can't see a single thing because it's dark in here. This trimmer right here, set this guy down right over yonder so y'all can see all three of them together. There we go. Alright, so there we go. 3 trimmers. Now, this is my Husky, the 326 LS. Great trimmer. Just used it today to do a little bit of work. No problems with it. Absolutely fine. But this is my only trimmer. Especially well, now that it's cold and getting winter time. 2 seasons ago, this was my only trimmer. So I bought this one off my buddy Joe for a pretty good deal, actually. And it's a great unit. It's just that it's a homeowner unit. It's not powerful enough. It's just a little floppy for me, and I don't know. It's fine. Nothing wrong with the Toro, but I want something with a little more power because I know that I will blow this thing up. My very first trimmer, actually, that I had for my business, I was using it and all of a sudden just locked up, and when I took it apart, I found out that it actually blew all the bearings out of the bottom of the connecting rod. So me and homeowner trimmers don't really get along that well. I don't want to see the same thing happen to this one, so this one's going to be sold in the spring. To replace it, I got a Stihl KM94R, and I realize it's the combi unit. I realize that comparing a combi split shaft to a regular straight shaft is a little unfair. But this is the same engine on the FS94, so that's really what I wanted to get. But the nice thing about this here is that you can, loosen this up and pull the trimmer part off to put either a different attachment on, or if you're transporting this thing, say in the trunk of my car, my Chrysler, I can fit it back there real easily. Now this Stihl is brand new. You can see by the Husky it's been used, well, a lot. The Toro has been used a pretty good amount, not a whole bunch, but it has been used. And the Stihl is, well, it's brand new. It's never been used. Never even had gas in it. And it's not going to until probably my spring break, or April or May is when it'll finally get gas in it and get started up for the first time, because I'm going to be storing it this winter. And I really didn't want to store gas in it. It's already winterized, basically, so why put gas in it just to test it? But yeah, I'm real excited about it, guys. First impressions, well, the Toro here, this throttle has a pretty strong spring behind it, so it's pretty fatiguing running it for a while. It's not really made all that well. It's a homeowner trimmer, what do you expect? But it was a good unit. But there you go. So we'll get rid of that. It'll move on to a new home. Now real quick, just first impressions. I'll see if I can put you guys down here, angle you up at me. The Husky, it's nice and balanced. The throttle is real easy with the stop switch right there. No problems. It's pretty lightweight. I could run this thing all day if I had to. I could whip it around pretty good. Now the Stihl, even with this whole unit here, it's actually a lighter trimmer. Not by much, but most of the weight is concentrated right here. So it's not really not at all heavier than the Husky down here. The throttle is a little more stiff, but it's not that bad. It does have the stop button right on top, which is nice, instead of the switch. This does have the cruise control kind of thing where it sets how much you can push your throttle down, which is nice. So you don't have to feather it the entire time. But as far as performance with trimming, I have no idea. Because I haven't used the Stihl, and I'm not going to, like I said. So, anyway, really cool stuff. You guys can see just how much beefier and bigger the top of this trimmer head is compared to the Husky. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the Husky, believe me, I love this trimmer, it's fantastic. You can just see the differences. However, on the Husky, got nice big buttons on the side here to restring it. On the Stihl, they're more inside the trimmer head there. Like I said, this is not a full review, it's not a comparison video. This is simply just first impressions, what I'm seeing. The engines are about the same size. This is hard to get off, as you guys can see, for the fuel tank. Quite difficult to get off. The Stihl over here, real easy. I'm not sure why the Husky was so tight, but I like the fuel cap on the Stihl better. I like the choke on the Stihl better, how you push it in and it sets the throttle, and then you just pop it off right like that. Over on the Husky, it's on the front, which is kind of nice, but it doesn't turn off when you hit the throttle, but that's okay. I like how this is toolless to get to your air filter and your spark plug. However, over here on the Stihl, you need to have a tool to remove your spark plug and a tool to remove, or the cover, I should say. And also a tool to remove your air filter housing. I like on the Husky how you can see the gas in the tank a little easier from what it seems like. Now there is this on the side, but I don't know. This is reinforced, nice strong plastic here on the bottom. But over on the Husqvarna we got this metal plate, which is real nice. You don't mess up your tank. But I like how the Stihl is lighter. I like the grip a lot more. You can see how much further up it is compared to the Husky. Only thing I don't understand is this piece right here. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it's for. I'm probably just going to end up cutting it off. Because when I carry these trimmers, I pick them up right here and I hold them like this when I'm moving around, transporting them or carrying them. So that'll be something I'll change with the Stihl. But I've got the two brands here. I'll be very, very interested to see how they compare against each other. I will say that when the Husky finally blows up, I will not be buying another one. Not for the fact that it's a bad product, simply for the fact that in my area the dealer support is not, I think, where it should be, and the Stihl is just so much more supported. It just makes it so much easier to get parts and to get support for these things if you need to. And guys have been running Stihl equipment forever, had very little problems with them. I've serviced a lot of Stihl equipment. This is my first piece that I've owned, but I've serviced a lot of it and I've had really good luck with all that kind of stuff. It really needs very little servicing. So I'm really looking forward to testing these two out. You guys can stay tuned to next year's start of the season when we finally fire it up for the first time. Normally the dealer that I work at, which is where I got this thing from, normally we start them up and we fire them and test them for the first time, but I specifically asked them not to, simply because, like I said, I'm going to be storing it. Anyway guys, so there's my two trimmers. One of them's battle worn, one of them's brand spanking new. So, really looking forward to testing it out. And thanks again guys for watching this pretty long video actually, as we introduce the new trimmer. Not nearly as glamorous as the new tractor, but it's pretty cool stuff. So thanks again guys for watching. We'll see you in a future video, and stay tuned for more fun stuff.